I'd like to share a snapshot, which was part of an instruction note to new users on Nostr community, and reminds me at once of a successor of a communist cause. Well, just a joke. Yet, as a quite formal guidance to newcomers, the advice was outright a resounding no violation of laws, nor any touch with politically radical notes in the community, by giving no response as if they were not there at all. This might be a typical thought of many, because nobody wishes to be persecuted by their government. Nevertheless, has anyone realized that expression of political views is a human right, which is called freedom of speech? Has anyone realized that when you are not at all represented by your government, when you have not consented to this government, you have the right to take back your power? When they don't represent you, in other words, not a single representative and the government represents you, their power is in fact yours. They illegitimately snatched power from you. This is what the International Declaration of Human Rights affirms, as well as the aspiration of the independence of America. The moment before the Americans declared their independence, they had been British, who had all committed treason to the Great Britain, yet eventually righteousness stood on their side. If everyone felt obliged to abide by the law, there wouldn't be a USA today. If you say you are afraid, that's not a problem, yet, is it really necessary to avert a politically opposition campaign as if it were a plague? You may well choose to stay away from it. Free No's campaign is right a violation of law and a crime, however. Free No's campaign is committed to no disclosure of anyone's information so that the government won't know who have participated in the political opposition campaign. Meantime, this campaign seeks to change the current education system for the forthcoming generations not to be subject to brainwashing, and for the parents not to be ripped off for children's schooling. This is not only non-radical, but from the teachings of political science. The subject of concern, non-violent conflict, was founded by Gene Sharp, a PhD from Oxford University and is now LED by a Harvard professor. In this subject, the most important principle is to leverage non-violent campaigns to attack the pillars of supports for the government. This is not at all violation of laws or a crime, but a human right. In the word of Harvard professor, this is the people power. Can't people really identify who are the real criminals? Don't you know? If not, you would not be present here in this community. To put it again, both the International Human Rights Declaration and international human rights laws have affirmed that freedom of speech is an inborn and unalienated right that everyone enjoys since their birth, and political oppositions, no matter in the form of protest or boycott, are all legitimate by international human rights law.